The slice function is a function provided by dplyr to subset rows of a data frame by index or with respect to other properties, which is really the more important aspect of it in my opinion. So in the example below, we're going to use the slice function to subset rows 10 through 12 of the penguin's data frame. And we're going to do that both directly with the slice function and then using the pipe operator. But first I'm going to show you the base R syntax. So if you simply wanted to subset rows 10 through 12 of the penguin's data frame, you can use the square brackets and then put the index of the rows you want to subset, and then comma, and then nothing here indicates that we want all the columns. So if we do that, you can see that we get a 3 by 8 tibble because we have 3 rows 10 through 12 of the original penguin's data frame, and then 8 columns because there are 8 variables in the penguin's data frame. So this is the base R syntax. The slice function works fairly similarly. The first argument is the data frame that you want to slice. The second argument is going to be the rows that you want to subset from the data frame provided to the function. If we want to use the pipe operator, then we're going to pipe the penguin's data frame into the first argument of the slice function. And then with the rest of the slice function, we're going to give the indices of the rows that we want to subset. With respect to the pipe operator, this is really like the second argument of the slice function because the first argument is the data frame that was piped into the slice function. And you can see that these essentially all give the same results. We just do them different ways. If you simply wanted to subset a few rows of a data frame, whether it's a tibble or a data dot frame, then you can just use this base syntax if you want. But if you're going to be using the pipe operator or going to be stringing a set of commands together using the pipe operator, then the slice function is going to be an easier way of doing that. A more powerful usage of the slice function is when you want to access certain parts of a data frame based on certain properties. So for example, the slice underscore head function subsets the first n rows of a data frame, while the slice underscore tail function subsets the last n rows of a data frame, which is essentially equivalent to the head and tail functions available in base R. So for example, if we wanted to slice the first 2 rows of the penguin's data frame, I can use slice underscore head, give it the data frame I want to slice, say n equals 2 to indicate I want the first 2 rows of the penguin's data frame in this particular case. Alternatively, I could use the pipe operator, and I'm going to pipe the penguin's data frame into the slice underscore head function. So this essentially fills in for the first argument, which is the data frame. And then the next argument is n equals 2, indicating I want the first 2 rows of the data frame piped into slice underscore head. And so these two syntaxes are going to produce exactly the same result. We simply use it in slightly different ways. Similarly, we have the slice underscore tail function. In this example, we want to slice the last 2 rows of the penguin's data frame, and so what is returned here is the last 2 rows of penguins. Alternatively, we could use the pipe operator, pipe the penguin's data frame into slice underscore tail. The n equals 2 here indicates that we want the last 2 rows, and once again we get the same results as before. We've just done it in 2 slightly different ways. Another property that we can use with the slice function is the max property. So slice underscore max is going to subset the n rows of a data frame that have the n largest values with respect to a specific variable. So this works a little bit differently than the previous function. So in this case, if we wanted to slice the largest rows of the penguin's data frame with respect to bill underscore length underscore mm, then we use slice underscore max, we give it the data frame, we specify the variable that we want to slice on, which is the bill length. We specify how many rows we want to slice. And so when I use this function right here, it's going to give me the 2 rows in my penguin's data frame that have the largest bill length. So if I use this function, it's going to give me the rows of penguins that have the 2 largest bill length values, which are 59.6 and 58 in this case. Similar to before, I can use the pipe operator if I want. I pipe the penguin's data frame into slice underscore max, and then the next argument is the variable I want to slice on, which is bill length, and then I specify the number of rows I want to slice. And so these are going to give the exact same results. And unsurprisingly, the complement to slice underscore max is slice underscore min, where instead of returning the rows that have the largest values, it instead returns the rows that have the smallest values. So in this case, we use slice underscore min to get the rows of the penguin's data frame that have the 2 smallest bill lengths, which apparently are 32.1 and 33.1. And unsurprisingly, we can also use the pipe operator again. I pipe the penguins data frame into slice underscore min. I want to slice with respect to bill length, and I want the smallest two values. I want the rows that have the smallest two bill lengths, which produces the same result as before. The last slice function I want to talk about is slice underscore sample, which randomly selects n rows of your data frame. So essentially, this is a way of randomly selecting data from your data frame. So in the example below, we're going to randomly select 3 rows of penguins. So we use slice underscore sample. We give it the data frame that we want to sample from. I say n equals 3, and it randomly selects 3 rows to get from my data frame. And once again, we can use the pipe operator to accomplish the same purpose. In this case, I pipe the penguins data frame into the slice underscore sample function. That is the first argument of the function. The next argument is n equals 3, the number of rows that I want to sample from the data frame, and I get a similar result to before. Note that in this case, these are not actually identical. These are not the same results. And the reason is because there's a random number that's used to decide which rows to sample, and because I didn't specify the number seed and make sure they matched, we randomly selected different rows of the data frame here. So we'd have to be a little bit more careful. We wanted to get the exact same results, but this command right here and this command right here are going to do the exact same thing. The only reason that the results are not the same is because we don't set a number seed to make sure the results are reproducible.